It's tawny and nuts in their Tomcats, and we discovered just how good the MiG-21 is against the Tomcat. It's pretty good, as it turns out. If it can get close enough to use guns, which is, you know, not really easy.
Yeah, and I mean, if the Tomcat decides it doesn't like it, it can just leave.
Yeah. Well, kind of, because this is a head-on merge, so it can leave if it goes vertical, but it already needs enough distance that I can't just slip in behind it and get a quick burst off.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the mistake that Tawny kept making, was he kept trying to turn with me instead of going vertical. Like, it's surprisingly easy to bait people into thinking they can actually follow you in a turn. Then when he switched to the F5, he started giving me serious problems because the F5 can actually keep up with this in a turn.
Mm.
Yeah, so go winner, feet dry, whatever the fuck you want.
Uh-huh.
Everything should be 50% fuel except the MiG-21, because as we discovered, 50% fuel on the MiG-21 is about 5 minutes in burner, if that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
Sounds
haven't
right.
updated the F5, so you might have fuel problems in that too, but I'm not sure. Just take whatever you want though.
It's alright, I probably won't use it. I don't really like it that much.
And then
It's not my favourite.
let me know once you're on the briefing screen. Actually, do I have... Yeah, no, I have pause. So I'll go ahead and spawn in, and I'll pause it right away. Unless it starts paused. I've never hosted a server on DCS before, so I have no idea how this works. Oh, it starts paused. Cool. So yeah, I'll give you some time to load in the cockpit and everything.
Yep, I'm just loading into the server. Okay, so you said the winner feet wet slots.
Feet dry.
Feet dry. Okay.
Yeah. So that should spawn you head on with me about 5 miles, maybe a bit less.
Alrighty. Briefing screen.
And you'll probably need to arm your weapons if you're in one of the full fidelity aircraft. Like, I start without my gun cocked, the Tomcat starts with its master arm off, stuff like that. But you may as well just do that on the way into the merge. Ooh, Hornet, this should be interesting.
Probably not all that interesting.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever fought a Hornet in this thing before. Well, not knowingly.
Hang on, I think I just started the recording feature or some shit.
Finally sorted out my cockpit textures. I've got the clean cockpit at the moment, but I want to do some modification to it. Like, I don't like how it took away all the sealant around the mirror or the serial numbers on the window, so I've got to figure out how to add them back in.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
also,
think I'm ready to go.
The update somehow broke the MiG-21's gun sounds, so they're silent now.
Stealth.
Yep. Okay,
You've
I'm
gone
about
subsonic.
to unpause in 3, 2, 1. That did not work because that was the wrong button. Unpausing. The Hornet is so much harder to keep eyes on than the Tomcat. Easier than an F5, but definitely harder than a Tomcat.
what? This is the first time I've ever played PvP in this.
Played it a couple times, but usually doesn't go so well for me because it's, you know, on a server with a bunch of people, and so I tend to find myself in a merge with like 3 different people at once. Or there's missiles involved, which I'm not very good at dodging.
This game is pretty cool.
You're doing a pretty good job of keeping me at distance. Well, you were.
Yeah, but I can outturn and pull very high airway.
You say that. You forget I'm in a MiG-21.
As well, but this thing can do like 120 knots and turn.
I can't sustain turns, but I can pull like you would not believe.
See, I'm literally on your 6.
No, you're not. We're head on.
I don't think so.
I was on your tail that whole time. You only just lost me there because you pulled. Okay, now you've got me in a kind of bad situation. Possibly. If you exploit it. Yep. Yeah, I think the Hornet is definitely going to be a lot more dangerous to me than the Tomcat. Probably about as dangerous as an F5, maybe a bit more. Except I can do that and force you to overshoot. God bless the MiG-21. Oh, you can do that too, I see. I just got to be careful when I'm down low like this, because if I pull too hard, I lose it.
Yeah.
I've got kind of a feel for when I'm going to lose control, but at this height, you really don't want to. I've used it to bait that many people into the ground, usually F5s. I got tawny with it twice last night. The other thing is, even though you don't have the fuel of a Tomcat, you got more than me. Oh, I've lost sight of you. MiG-21 problems.
No. Ah, fuck. That was incredibly bad shooting.
That was pretty close. It went right past the canopy. Are you behind me, or was that head on? I couldn't even see you. I saw the tracer. Oh yeah, I see. I think. Even with the clean pit, the fucking visibility out of this is so terrible.
Yeah, I'm really waiting on that updated cockpit.
Yeah, that's going to be so nice. Like, it's not really going to improve the visibility, but the lighting's going to be really nice.
Well, they're certainly going to release it with a few additions, and one of them is going to be clean glass.
Oh, well that, yeah. Like, by default, I guess, but there's mods for that. Oh, I see it. Hey, Dust Drive, joysticks here. Nice. You can just yoink the mission file. Okay, so if you go into, you know where DCS saves tracks, right?
Yes.
So if you go into there, if you go into there and you find the track for this mission, it should just be called Dogfight Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Take that, copy, paste it into, go up like a directory or two, it should be missions. Paste it into that folder. There's like, I think already one file in there. Don't put it in a subfolder, just paste it into the missions folder straight up. And then rename it so that the file extension is .miz instead of .trk. That's literally all you have to do. It's a piece of piss. One of the nice things about DCS is you can just yoink people's missions, and there's like no backwards engineering or decompiling needed. You just change the file extension. Excuse me. So if you want to run it... Oh, did the stream die as well? What the fuck? Yeah, my internet must have shut out for like half a second. That's annoying. Very annoying.
Alright, so go tracks, multiplayer, take the dogfight tournament track,
Yeah.
put that into missions.
Yep.
And then just rename it .miz.
Yep. And that should work. And then just start a server, set that under the missions, and we should be good to go. Hey, Pom! Good to see you, and thank you for the 100 bits. Hopefully, we will have some more dogfighting without the stream crapping out partway through and taking the server with it. So I'm doing the MiG-21 again. I managed to get the clean cockpit working. If only I had gun sounds. I think the latest patch from ED killed the gun sounds somehow, and they haven't fixed it yet. But yeah, that was a fight against the Hornet. Are you going to take the Hornet out again?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, it seems like that's probably going to be one of the things with a better chance of actually fucking me up. Like the F-14, I have to make a pretty big mistake for an F-14 to kill me.
Well, the fun thing with the Hornet is you can basically put it into a flat spin and then just spin like a top facing them, and then just throw the nose straight forward.
If you want to see some bullshit, I'll link them in my Discord later. I wasn't streaming it yesterday. Tawny was. I hadn't started up my stream when I jumped on, but we did a couple of quick dogfights with me in the 21 and him in the F5. A couple in the Tomcat, a couple in the F5. And I had never actually seen this from someone else's perspective. What happens when I do my classic MiG-21 fucking yeet maneuver and just like reef on the stick and kick the pedals over in the opposite direction? It stood on its tail and like tipped end over end basically in place and then instantly recovered from it because I just let the nose drop.
I have to make America number
I'm
one
not
in
seeing
bits
this
for
mission
now,
in the hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna jump out of the game. I might have to relaunch it.
Yeah, no worries. You won't hear me complaining about that, Pom. But yeah, it's just such a ridiculous maneuver it can pull. Like, and I could see why him and Nuts were both saying after fighting me in it, like, oh, that thing's so bullshit. How can you get away with that? I was like, you know, it's just fine. It's nothing. But seeing it from their perspective, like, yeah, it looks ridiculous. Like, the plane just literally stands on its tail, kind of does a bit of a roll over on its back, and then spins a couple times and recovers. But the MiG-21, like, it's not difficult to get it to depart on you, but it usually recovers itself if you just let go of the controls, which is where most people go wrong. That's why, like, people kind of laugh at the Russians put a white stripe of paint down the cockpit and on the stick so you could center it when it stalls. Like, yeah, that's basically how it works. They mostly had conscript pilots that weren't real great flyers. They had some good pilots, but
if it works, it works. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you're trying to get, your 2-year conscript or whatever who's flying a MiG-21 to not kill himself, just tell him, look, if anything goes wrong and you lose control of the aircraft, just let go of the controls, make sure the stick is lined up perfectly down the center, try and push the nose down, put some power on. That's all you have to do. And if that doesn't work, just mash the big fucking panic button on the stick and the plane will right itself.
I love how you said, I unmuted and all I heard was conscript and I knew you were just talking about the Russians.
Oh, you need to defend all that airspace some way or other.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm straight up not seeing this shit. So
Russia,
I've
the only
taken
place where you
the
get conscript as a pilot instead of becoming a fucking what's it called? Also, I just realized I stepped on you. I thought that was chat in game. I'm so sorry, mate.
Good job.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not seeing it in game when I go to the mission, like loading.
Should okay, so when you set up a server, go to new server, and then in the mission list, click the under the mission list column on the right side, press the plus icon, and it should put you in the DCS missions folder, and then you just pick it from there.
I am the handicapped one after all. Alright.
What's the name of the server going to be?
I'll just put it as my name, linkage or whatever. Do I have to have I'm guessing not public server?
I think if you have it on public, it just means I can search it in the server list, so just leave it on. Like, if it's password, it doesn't matter anyway. Just use the same one I did.
Alright, that should be going up now. It's just my handle and the same password as you had.
Alrighty. Just wait for DCS to actually refresh the server list. If it can see it. I'm hoping that we don't need to do any port forwarding bullshit here. That's my only concern. Oh no, I see it. There we go.
Yeah, it wouldn't be up yet. I think it's just gone up.
Better dead than red. USA, 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 USA.
Being griefed through my own bit donations. Jesus. But yeah, I think I was saying this yesterday during the stream, but you can really tell, like, the MiG-21 was built as a kind of quasi-disposable plane for low-hours pilots by the fact that instead of, weapons controls and shit on the thumb position on the stick, you have a panic button that will recover the aircraft from anything, and then a cancel button if you somehow push that at the wrong point in time. Like, we actually, this was some science we did during a stream one day, because we were watching some genius on OCG firing like 3 spam rams at a MiG-21 and miss with all of them. We were trying to work out the unit cost of a MiG-21 compared to the unit cost of a spam ram.
That's amazing.
We discovered that the MiG-21 BIS, which is, the ultimate MiG-21, costs less than a BMP-1.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm going to go the same slot, so Challenger feet dry MiG-21. So if you want to go winner feet dry F-18. Yep. And now you'll have the unpause, so just give it like 30 seconds. Oh, well, probably not even. Give it like 10 seconds. Because I just need to basically get my field of view set up. Because for some reason it resets when it's paused, and I'm good to go.
Alright, what's the active pause, unpause key?
It's
by
just,
default.
It's just pause on the keyboard.
Roger. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
You know what I meant, Palm? I meant the ultimate Soviet-built one, not upgraded and shit. God, it's so much easier to see now out the front. Ah, fuck. Canopy frame. I was sweeping right up on your tail and I lost you behind the frame and you must have rolled out of the turn or something, because now I have no idea where you are.
It's alright, you'll find out soon.
Oh god. That's not a sound I want to hear.
That's me being lazy.
I don't even bother to use my radar in this. I've just got the gun sight on fixed mode because the fucking gyro on this is... Oh, there you are. Is slightly weird. It seems to lag a bit, especially when it's in radar mode. Makes it hard to hit. And aside from that, my radar is so shitty, I will lose you if you make basically the slightest maneuver or point yourself at the ground. So I just go visual and use my good old World War II sim-honed deflection shooting skills when it comes time to use the gun. See, I don't know how I'm going to get rid of you now, because you can actually follow my brake stamping maneuvers, and all I'm doing is burning energy when I do it, which you can regain much better than me with 2 engines. The MiG-21's fast, but it's really underpowered for what it is. Can't remember offhand what the power to weight ratio is, but it's not good. Fuck it, I don't have much of a choice here. Okay, kick her over, let her recover. There he is. Okay, I can't pull here or I'm going to lose it, but I can slip in behind him. I just got to be real careful on my AOA for a moment here, just to let the aircraft recover some airspeed. Cannot afford to let it depart on me while I'm this low over the ground. Vertical, good choice on your part. Although I almost caught you in that. If I had just a little bit more airspeed, I would have been able to pull the nose on. Okay, going up and over the top. This is probably a bad move from me here, but I'm not entirely sure what else I should do. This thing does actually respond to damage now, relatively slightly. It is a MiG-21 after all, but it does respond to it, so if he hits me enough times in one wing, it's going to cause a lot of roll moment towards the damaged wing. Lost your visual again. I'm guessing you're sitting right up my arse. Oh, no you're not. Hello. That's a nice try there. I can tell you've played a lot of World War II stuff as well, because you'll take high deflection shots. Most of the guys that mostly play jet sims won't do it.
Yeah, I mostly came from IL2, so...
Yep, same place as me.
Not to say I'm any good at it, but it helps.
Hey, trying for it and maybe getting a lucky hit or two is better than not trying at all. Oh, uh-oh. I'm glad I throttled back the engine there, because I would have lost it otherwise. Oh! Oh, I've lost
it anyway.
Yep.
Splash.
Started rolling to the left. Alright, just pop out and we'll respawn. That's basically how this works. Alright, so tell me when you're ready to respawn, I'll hit the button.
Yep, you want to go same setup, or...?
I'm taking the same. If you want to change it up, feel free. I'm just happy to get the dogfighting practice in the MiG-21.
Yeah, I'll bring the F-18 out.
Alright, you ready?
Just give me one sec. Just loading up the cockpit. Alright, that is going. Okay, well, I'm ready.
Yep. Positioned okay, but kept overshooting the turn laterally, kept going too far out. You're getting some advice here from my chat. I've got one of DCS's premier dogfighters in here, who does a lot of mirage flying. I don't know if I've told you about him before, Outrageous Pomp.
Yeah, you were showing me the video the other day.
Yeah. Fucking artist with the Dorito.
I might take that out next, actually.
Yeah, that should be real interesting, actually. A pair of deltas fighting each other, even though this is a tail delta, technically.
Completely blind. Fuck.
Good.
Just going to admit that over open mic.
Yeah, why not? I already have a few times. Well, I mean, you can safely assume if you're anywhere that isn't my nose, I can't see you. And probably have no idea where you are. Man, that thing really can pull.
Yep.
That's blacking me out. I blacked out. Bye-bye.
I know. Lawned out.
Yep.
Some farmer's about to find a few pieces of meg.
I don't know if there's going to be any pieces left. How hard I hit the ground there. Alright, I'm going to pop back in.
Yeah, I'll reset that. I'll actually pause it this time.
Oh. There we go, yep.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, let's go. You can pull so hard on the F18's bloody joystick, I'll lift my joystick off the actual desk to try to get a little bit more out of it.
I've done that a couple times with this, like it seems at least once a dogfight, I'll lift the stick off the desk trying to pull around on somebody. Actually fucked up my shoulder a bit yesterday trying to do it. Oh god, it's so nice to actually be able to keep my eyes on something in this for once. It's even easier against a Tomcat because it's such a big plane, but just without all the crap on top of the canopy especially. Like, I didn't mind the excess sealant around the periscope, it was more just the dirt. And being told over steam to stop crashing into the ground. It's a bit rude.
Some solid advice.
Did you just intentionally fly into the sun, or was that kind of accident? Because you totally blinded me. I have no idea where you are now.
Just threw a flashbang out the window.
Oh, I see it.
Deal with it.
That's a good move. There's certain aircraft too, the Mirage and the F5 especially, that if you turn towards the sun, also the sun is backlighting their cockpit, they cannot see at all. Like, it'll just glare them out totally.
Hello?
You are so hard to stay on. Oh, god damn it. Oh, no, come on. Lost you under the nose. I had to roll out the opposite way than I wanted to go, just to stop the engine from fucking starving. Bless this thing's fuel system. And, oh, no, I see you now. Ouch. Nice overshoot.
Too hard.
Yeah, I don't have the energy to follow you though, so that's not gonna cost you as much as it should have. I don't know how much you're in burner this, like, during these fights, but because you have that much more power than me, I have to be in emergency burner almost the whole time.
Well, I finished the actual first one where you didn't crash. I finished that with about 2,500 pounds left.
Yeah, no, I'm running out.
It's not a lot.
Quickly. I mean, actually, this fight's not too bad because I did throttle off while I was on your tail there, but when I'm chasing you, I'm just going through fuel so quickly. It seems that for some aircraft, the best way to beat the MiG-21 is seriously just to run it out of fuel. Like the F-14 can just go vertical enough to force me to try and follow it up, and I'll burn out quickly.
Well, according to barometric pressure, I was underground.
Got the wrong QNH set.
Uh-huh.
It's so discombobulating not having sound for the gun. Oh, nice maneuver. I can't follow that. Came into it too slow.
And just about 6 o'clock.
A little heavy on the rudder there. Very heavy on the rudder. Come on. Oh, no, you got me. I think we found one aircraft the MiG-21 actually struggles against.
Excuse me.
Alright. Let me know when you're ready to go again.
Yeah, I'll give the F-18 one more spin. Oh, excuse me.
Okay. Gonna spawn in.
Pulls it up. Yep. We're ready to roll?
Yep.
Alrighty, let's go.
Just catch up on chat after this one. Oh, I should have gone over. Every time I go under like that, I lose visual. Don't know what it is, but it just never works for me. Thank you. I will check who that was in a minute. Okay, I haven't seen you since the merge, and that makes me very, very worried. Probably doesn't help that this thing puts out so much fucking smoke, you'd have no trouble seeing me whenever I'm out of burner.
Yep. What it's worth, I've actually lost you.
Oh, there we go.
No, found me, I see you. Alright.
I've lost you again, but I know the general direction you were going. A lot of the time this fucking periscope is more harm than help. See, I'm, like, as hard as I'm pulling, I'm not even close to my max AOA yet. Not even in the warning zone yet. So at this kind of speed, the MiG-21 can pull stupidly hard turns. At low speeds it can't, but it can, like, buck its nose up for a second or two. So here, as I start losing airspeed, sustaining the same turn rate won't work out for me anymore. The aircraft's trying to depart on me. There's on pass. Don't want to take that. Bottomed out of that with about 6 foot to spare.
It was a minus 300 for me.
Yeah. See, now I'm in deep shit, because I've got you behind me, and I don't really know how to get rid of you when you do that, other than dump all my energy, force an overshoot, but then I can't take advantage, because I've got none left to follow. Can't see you anymore. Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. There you go. That's what you want to do when you're closing on me real high speed like that. You want to go up and over the top. Just lose some distance without losing the energy. Slot back in behind. Oh, you landed a hit there.
Yeah.
Okay, drop the nose. Level it. But in the time it took me to recover, I just about lost you. So that's like that kind of defensive move. It buys you time, but it doesn't help you, if that makes sense. It'll force them to come in for another pass, basically. So you want to do that somewhere where either you can bait them into the ground. It usually works on things like F5s that think they're maneuverable but aren't enough to follow you. Or you want to do it somewhere like in a mountain valley where it's very easy to lose visual. That's really the only time that'll do anything other than buy you another 30 seconds or less. I've lost you again. Oh, no I haven't. You are just fucking non-stop on my tail right now.
Aggress.
Yep. Well, that's the way to do things. Well, you got me a hit there. I don't know how effective it was. Aircraft seems controllable.
You look good for me.
See, again, I force an overshoot, but you still have the energy to recover from it and just go up, whereas I can't get the nose on you. I have to force it down to avoid crashing.
And I mean, even if I don't have much energy, like I just throw into that flat spin, and it just works every time.
Yeah,
even
so
if you change direction.
like right now, I'm just delaying you. Like, you're going to kill me eventually. Probably when I run out of fuel in about a minute, but the most I can do is fuck up your shots and force you to come in again. That's all I can really do here. I can't put myself in an offensive position because I can't outturn you, and I just don't have the energy to climb away. So unless I can get you to lose visual on me and then find a way to work around onto your tail, which is easier to do against the F-14 because it's got such fucking like severe canopy framing around the front. Tawny was losing visual on me non-stop when I was fighting him in this, but you can obviously see me quite a bit better.
Yeah, I mean the Hornet's great for that cockpit-wise. The actual canopy is really thin.
Yeah.
Plus, in terms of like HUD and like shit in front of you, it's like very minimal.
Yeah, very much so. The F-16 is going to be even better. Because you've got no framing in front of you whatsoever. Just cannot get rid of you.
I mean, some of these turns, I'm up over 20 plus AOA, and then I just bring
I've
it
got
back.
this thing on the critical angle right now. If I pull just a tiny bit more, I'm going to lose it. And I think I'm slowly catching you in this turn, but not enough to be effective. Actually, no,
throttle
you're
right
holding
back,
it. You're holding it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I throttle
so
right back, I can get it up over 25 AOA,
Yep.
drop down to 120 knots, spin, and then punch the afterburner on and just pull out of it.
Whereas now I've got no energy, so I'm basically a sitting duck.
For my poor marksmanship.
Oh, that might have been a bit low to try that maneuver. Just got away with it.
I didn't.
Smack! Oh!
I landed,
No. Moral victory. Maneuver kill is still a kill. Alright, I'm gonna just take a moment to catch up with chat here, so if you want to spawn back in and pause right away.
I'm actually about to dip out and have dinner.
Oh, okay,
so,
no worries.
I would be up for it if you're still up for it afterwards.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Just close the server down in the middle of your victory
Yep.
lap.
No, I already punched out anyway.
Scott fried.
Might jump on OCG or something while you're having dinner.
Probably about 30 minutes or so.
No worries. Alright, well, while I load into OCG, now I can catch up on chat. Let's see.
Be right back.
God, you guys have been talking. J8 2, please. Yeah, that would be interesting. I would really like one of those. It's just such a Chinese plane. It's like 3 different planes copy pasted together. It's really bizarre. '21 is well, yeah, it's not really a delta. It's kind of a tailed delta, sort of. Not really, but you know what I mean. It has some of the flight characteristics of one. So, like, as soon as you start pulling AOA, it dumps all its energy right away because it turns into a giant fucking air brake. Not as severely as a true delta, but still quite noticeably. Can't sleep, spasms again. That sucks, man. I haven't had any cramps wake me up for a while, so I'm pretty sure I'm due for some. That's great. Wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, fucking feeling like my leg's on fire, and then not be able to walk properly for the next day and a half. That's good shit. Just had someone yell in the next apartment over. I don't have that issue because I'm like, I live above a restaurant in a commercial area right in the center of town. It's not a big town, it's just a country town. But so all my neighbors are businesses. The only residential neighbors I have are on the other side of a car park, and I don't hear them. What I do hear occasionally is the pub on the other side of the car park. If they're having like a party night or something, I can hear the music. Or people on the main street. So of a Friday or Saturday night, like tonight, it's Saturday here, I can hear all the drunks wandering around and throwing bottles and shit. You know, classic Australian stuff. SU-27M? I could, but I'm kind of more interested in getting dogfighting experience in the MiG-21 just because it is much more challenging. The SU-27 gives you, you know, it's a modern aircraft, more or less. It gives you shooting cues, you've got much better visibility, it's a fly-by-wire aircraft, it's much tamer on the handling, and it has a really good power-to-weight ratio. Trying to dogfight someone in the MiG-21, on the other hand, you're severely underpowered, you're fighting with essentially what is a World War II era gyro gun sight. The radar's useless because you can't hold a lock in a dogfight, so you just chuck the radar out. Don't even, like, I found that I don't even use the gyro on the gun sight when I'm dogfighting because it's more hindrance than help. I just use the fixed net, try and calculate the deflection mentally, and that works better for me, I find. American naval aviation supremacy. I've got to say, the F-18 is pretty fucking impressive. He was not struggling at all to stay on my tail there. The F5 I can throw off, but like the F5 up until that point was the hardest thing for me to shake in the MiG-21. And I'd say the F-18 is harder than the F5. The F-14 is actually not that difficult to get rid of. And what's more, the F-14 is quite easy to get behind, and he won't see me when I do it. Rip, bot can't read forward CJK fonts. Yeah, the bot has some issues. I've also found the chat bot can't, or not the chat bot, the chat window that I use on Streamlabs can't display the default, like, you know, global emojis. So I've got to adjust my "Hey, what are you doing?" because it won't display the megaphone, which is sad. By the way, for those that missed it the other day, !WYD in chat. If you want to just pop that while I'm like taxiing around on the ground at any point, you'll probably see a pretty funny reaction. Just because I'm so used to hearing it, I won't realize it's the command. I'll think I've actually fucked up. Hey Mike Foxtrot, how are you going? You joined in at just the right time to see me completely not paying attention to chat and trying to desperately defend myself from a Hornet. F5 not agile. Pom, Okay, so you're taking me out of context here, right? The F5 is agile in that it can stay on the tail of the MiG-21. The F5 is not agile in that I can fly towards the ground and then just belly slide that shit away from it. And the F5 behind me will think he can do that too, and he will just go straight into it. And I've got clips of that happening. So my clip will beat up your clip. But yeah, the F5 and the T-38 are excellent little aircraft, and there is a very good reason why they've been around for so long. But it just, the way that people use it in DCS, and the way that they think it can follow a MiG-21 during its MiG-21 belly stand maneuver, it wasn't designed for that. Gonna head to the gas station, grab me an energy drink and some smokes. Wide awake, alert time now. Update me when I get back, please. I didn't win. There's your update. Twitch on phone is clunky. Yes, it is. It's a real pain to use, and it eats through data like you wouldn't believe, even on the lowest quality settings. So yeah, spare a thought, because the mobile app is what I'm using to read my chat. I'm just reading it off the bot now, because it's easier than reading off the phone, but have to tab out to do this. Need MB339 in there. That would be interesting. The L39 as well. Is the L39 in that mission? I can't remember. I wasn't even paying attention. That would be interesting as well. These aren't cramps, these are full-blown spasms. I move the bed. It's like a quick seizure. Oh, yikes. Yeah, no, I have, like, I'll get cramps that last for a minute or two and I can feel the muscle fucking spasming, but I've never had it bad enough to actually move furniture. That's fucked up, dude. Crash the Hornet? Yeah, I baited him. I did to him what I do to F5s. I got close to the ground and just like that, and he thought he could follow me, and he didn't. If he'd had maybe another probably 3 or 4 feet, he would have cleared it just and scraped the tail, but no, he didn't make it. So he's gone off for dinner, which is why you see me sitting in the role selection screen on OCG. I'm going to do a quick flight in here, I think. Maybe a couple quick flights. Not sure what in. Kind of tempted to just do some, could do some MiG-29, but I haven't bound up the controls to the 29S properly. I've got to redo that. I guess I'll just take the SU-33. Imagine not doing campaigns. Need to get G-Man to start running ours again when he gets home. He's in Canada at the moment. He's actually in my hometown studying, so maybe when he gets back home to Swamp Germany, otherwise known as the Netherlands, he'll start running campaign missions for us again. Because we were working through the MiG-21 campaigns, he modified them to be co-op. Right. Ground crew. Gotta make sure I get the right loadout here. That one. Switch that over. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it sounds like it's kind of pissing down with rain outside. So if I disappear suddenly, it means the storm has become electrical and knocked my power out, but it doesn't sound like an electrical storm, so we should be good tonight. Double rack the 73s and R60s. Can't do it on this baby. She doesn't even carry R60s. Only 73s. I actually think I've tried to do it on the 29, and unless it's on the MiG-29A, I don't think that can double rack the 60s either. The MiG-21 can double rack them, but only on 2 stations, so you get a maximum of 6 missiles no matter what you do in the MiG-21. One of them could be the 27, could even be the J11, I'm not sure. I'll have to double check at some point. But like the ones I've tried, it doesn't work on. Which is a shame, because the R60 would be a hilarious meme to double rack on a MiG-29 or SU-27. And on the MiG-29, it'd actually be nice to have the extra missiles, even if they are weaker. J11 can double up a set of bombs, I know. See, I haven't flown the J11, I've just flown the SU-27 itself. Because I can't read Mandarin. I can read some Russian, but I cannot read Mandarin, and I don't like using English cockpit skins. Because my immersion. I actually wonder. So I don't think ED have done the full fidelity, or not the full fidelity, like the updated pit for this yet, like they did for the 29, and even for like the 29, they haven't done a pilot and stuff. But I kind of hope when they do get around to it, they do what Heat Blur did and animate the pilot's entire body. So instead of being able to do this and look through my own neck, you can actually like see yourself leaning around, because that is such a cool feature in the Tomcat.
130, focus, bra, 0,
Oh, well, see, I don't even know how the Chinese language works then, so that's a good example of why I don't fly. Yeah. Remind me to turn that back up once I'm in the air, and not being locked by whatever that is. Probably the Su-33, 50 miles away, or 45 miles. Bit of oversteer there.
Focus, bra, 032, 460 at 22,000 knots. Uzi 1-1, hold position. Uzi 1-1, hold position.
Okay. There we go. Hopefully he won't do that again, because that was rather annoying. I've really got to get these glasses fixed. Or get some new ones, because the frame is so bent out of shape from when I face planted in my own driveway. Why is my nose wheel steering so skewy tonight? Might be a strong crosswind. I don't think this server has an AWIS. Actually, no, it should. I don't know. I can't be bothered tuning it, since this thing's radio needs me to tab out to retune. Must be nice to have two screens. I wouldn't know. What's the bet this guy just pops me right as I come off the runway? Get out of traffic, Circus 1-4, lining up rolling, runway 15, get out of.
1-3-0. Взлет запрещаю.
Bra, 024,
1-3-0. Лосюга. Взлет по готовности.
Yeah, I think we've got a slight crosswind going on here today.
Подавление 758,17.
Focus, 130,
036.
request bogey dope. 130, focus, bra, 034, 435 at 22,000, hold.
Get some altitude up, and then come out of burner.
130, focus, bra, 013, 450 at 17,000.
Okay, he's turned hot again. This will be friendly. Not sure if those are fighters going to intercept him or tankers. This is about where the tankers usually hang out, but I think those might be fighters. So he could well be splashed by the time I get a bit closer. Go ahead and pop the radar on for a bit. So he's 027 now, 20,000 feet and 30 miles. So we'll kick out the range on this to 30 miles. That'd be about 70 kilometers, 80 kilometers, somewhere around there. Okay, we got a friendly off the nose. Someone jamming, another friendly by the looks of it. Do love when they do that. I don't even know why. It's not like jammers do anything in DCS. Like, they just range gate you, but that's it. There's really no point, especially in PvE. Okay. Got 357, 442. Little bit of oversteer though. SU-33 skin has some issues. Khan thinks it's game side. What kind of issues? I know that some of the skin, like some of the custom skins I use, I've got older versions, so the UV maps aren't right and they don't display properly, and certain others just don't display at all. I think it's the lure files. I've got to go in and double check because I feel like some of the lure files aren't set up properly. So it's just overriding them with the default skins. That was what was wrong with my MiG-21, by the way. I fixed that. So that is all good. I've got a couple more changes I want to make to my MiG-21 cockpit. I want to dirty the canopy back up, but I want to put some of the little touches back on it. Like I want to put the sealant, the excess sealant back around the periscope, and put the serial numbers back on the plexiglass. But other than that, leaving it clean is going to be nice. So I want sort of a midpoint between the clean skin that I'm using at the moment and the vanilla skin, which is just kind of too dirty. Don't mind a little bit of dirt, I just don't want it to be obstructive. Okay, looks like that MiG-29 ate shit. There's a bunch of friendly fighters over here. Next closest is 103 for a bomber. I've also got a helmet that Nuts made me. I haven't installed it yet, because I'm probably not going to be flying the Tomcat tonight. I'm thinking I might actually go ahead and start a basic Tomcat personal skin now, rather than wait until the paint kit comes out to do all of them. I'll do the more difficult ones when it comes out. But I'll do myself like a basic one, which I can use that helmet with.
112, 480 at 16,000 flanking.
114 for 77. There's some F5s coming in from the south as well. Whoa, a bit of a freeze. What I miss, just me babbling about skins. So, what's the issue with the S33? SU-33? Words are hard. Okay, this should be our bomber right there. When you go into cockpit, the EO sensor is messed up, but only in cockpit. Outside is fine. Interesting. It might be... I think the Hornet had a similar issue. I think Pom found it, actually, where it overlays the actual exterior skin with the cockpit skin at one point, and so the nose was all fucked up. I think that might be what it's doing with the EO sensor on this. I think the actual basic skin of part of the EO sensor might be covered by the cockpit texture, but I'm not certain. I'd have to check.
At 9,000, flanking.
Or it could be something to do with the Lua files, which was what brought my MiG-21's cockpit unstuck, so I fixed it now, and I believe it's what's got some of my other skins not working properly, some of the ones that other people made that I've downloaded.
130, focus.
So I'm going to have a bit of a look at that later. It's not really a big priority, I just like to have them working. So I could missile this guy, but I kind of want to just guns him. It is a bomber, he's not going to really be able to get away from me. Yeah, but it does it with the skins that came with the plane as well. Interesting. Sam below me somewhere. I'm probably overflying a fart, knowing me. Don't see any white trails of death, so it's all good. Yeah, we're fine. I really like this sort of scattered cloud weather that OCG has on at the moment. It's so nice. I really wish that Georgia War's weather wasn't so fucked up. I think it's something to... I believe it was Shifty said it was something to do with the way dynamic weather works in DCS. So if you've got dynamic weather enabled and you haven't got the right settings, it's either totally cloudless or it's totally overcast. You basically get one or the other. Which is a shame, because this kind of weather is really nice sometimes. I don't mind a total overcast, I just prefer it wasn't, you know, every other time I get on the server. I feel like I might actually be chasing a friendly here. That's possibly why I picked him up so far out in electro-optical. It might have been someone burning towards that TU-142. I'm just going to F10 it to be sure. Because it does seem like, yeah, it's a Hornet, so he would have been in burner, and that's why I picked him up. Because I was just about to say that target's disappeared from EWRS. Alright, well, 206 is our next closest. And, or sorry, no, yeah, he is next closest. 206 for an F5. Hey, Marks. Is it Marks, Marquet, or Marquez? I have no idea. Time for DCS to freeze. There we go. 212.
Focus. Bra 098450 at 29,000 knots.
Can I join your Discord? Go ahead. on fuel. 5,700. That's plenty.
130. Focus. Bra.
This guy's going to take me out towards Kuznetsov anyway, so
30,000 knots.
I can land from out here. Okay, looks like that F5 got downed, but we've got more coming in from 226. So they should be out over the ships, I think. Call me how you like, I don't mind. Yeah, but that's going to bother me now. I'm not going to know which one it's supposed to be. Have we got any friendlies out there? That's the big question. Because the way things usually go is I'll get a target and I'll think, haha, sweet, I'll go intercept it, and there's already guys there. So I'm hoping that these three are RTB. I'm hoping. But I could be wrong. I also feel like telling anyone from my family that they can call you however they like is a mistake. So when my sister was very young, she would have been probably 2 or 3 years old, she had a little like Rugrats doll that she got from, I don't know, it was like McDonald's or Hungry Jack's or something. It was Angelica. And I was also fairly young at the time. We were having a debate over whether it was Angelica or whatever the fuck she wanted to call it, I can't remember. And Mum just leans around the front seat of the car and goes, look, she can call it shit for all I care, just shut up. And I shit you not, this kid, who would have been probably 3 years old at most, looks at Mum, looks at me, looks at the doll, and then with this huge shit-eating grin, hello, shit! Mum says I can call you shit! And that was the end of that. So yeah, telling any of us that we can call you whatever we like is probably not a good plan. You might not get the most flattering name. Okay, that is Sakumi down there under the nose. Another bit of a freeze there as it spawns in more aircraft. That's how you can tell something's getting spawned on through the Inferno. The game hangs for about 5 seconds. The longer it hangs, the bigger the wave that's spawning it. So these guys are still off my nose at about 100 miles. Come off the power a bit. And put the aircraft into autopilot. Okay, now Kuznetsov should be a bit further up the coast. I believe it's about level with Sochi Airport, like slightly southwest of Sochi. So it'll be out there somewhere. A couple of MiG-23s coming in 266 as well, slightly further out. So there we go, there's the 2 groups coming in on the data link. Looks like we got some friendlies heading up to intercept the MiG-23s, but I think I'm the only one heading after the F5s. So I should at least get a chance to kill something here. Now, granted, in an Su-33 against F5s it's not really much of a contest, but at least I'll get to shoot my weapons. Which is an improvement over last time I played on this server. I was trying to fly my MiG-21. And for those of you that weren't here to witness it, I had Big Rudy and Master of All with me. Big Rudy was in his Mirage, Master of All was in an F5. We also had some random guy in an F-15 decide that he was going to fly off my wing. And to his credit, he was flying beautiful formation off my wing, and he was able to follow every maneuver I made without me having any comms with him. The only problem is, once we actually got within range of the enemy aircraft we were intercepting, he decided he would shoot
Damn, bro.
over
It's
my
an
wing.
orgy in here.
130. Focus.
Are you
TOS, TOS.
Inferno?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my mate to get back because we're doing some dogfights and he's just going to have dinner, but might play on here for a bit. Just depends how long he is.
Yeah, we just finished a mission, so everyone's just buggered off.
I mean, you can also join the dogfighting if you want once that's back up.
Is it on Tawny's mission?
Yeah, I slightly modified it to give the MiG-21 some actual fuel though,
Oh, nice.
because boy does it need it. Okay, I'm gonna switch the radar on. These RF5s, it's not like they can really do anything about it. Scan range out to about 160, or actually slightly less because they're close to 100 mile now.
130. Focus. Bra 226. 450 at 35,000 knots.
There we go. There's our lead. We aren't going to be able to lock him yet. He's too far out, but we've got him. Looks like some friendlies have turned in on them too, though, so I might have these poached off my nose regardless. I do love the way that happens. Actually going to go up to mill power just to try and get out there a little quicker, but this guy in front of me, who's out there somewhere, is rocketing along.
240. 450 at 35,000 knots.
So we got one turned in on the trailing F5 there as well. Lead is hot on me.
What are you flying, Ross? Are you flying your MiG?
SU-33.
130.
I figured I'd just do a quick flight in this and then
440
a bit of carrier practice or something while I was waiting.
Yeah, that's cool. I was just going to say, if you're flying something big, I'll jump on the F-14, but I'll just jump on the Hornet. Just fly around with you.
We've established that the F-18 is actually capable of beasting the MiG-21 in a dogfight.
In a dogfight?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
The F-14 isn't unless it's flown by a very good pilot.
Yeah, when I was flying with 20 yesterday and doing dogfights with him, and I gave up on the F-14 and switched to the Hornet, and then I started winning games. So it was
the main thing that, like, okay, so here's the thing: the F-14 can, like, technically win dogfights by just like running the MiG out of fuel, but it needs to not do what Tawny was trying to do to me, which is trying to follow me in a horizontal fight. It needs to just go vertical and climb away, because the MiG-21 can't follow that, but it can follow it horizontal. Okay, send an ER at him. See if that gets him or forces him defensive at least. There we go. Now I'll try and pick him up with an ET as well. Another friendly's come right up under him and he is splashed. Who by? Me! Good. That's nice. I keep forgetting to put on the electro-optical and the radar at the same time, and then I'm like, why can't I fire an R-27 ET? I wonder. Okay, so our next closest is a trio of MiG-23s at 284 for 65 mile. Turn the radar off for now, back to electro-optical. Still got 4,600 kilos of fuel, and this will fly me out towards the carriers. So, I've got enough fuel to do this. I just got to be mindful of it. So, I've got to actually trim this thing out instead of diving towards the ocean. Trying to trim out the roll on this after you've fired a couple missiles is such a pain in the ass.
Where am I?
Focus 130. Request bogey dope.
Looks like the friendlies have already dealt with those MiG-23s.
Focus.
God damn it. Okay, well, I guess I am going to find Kuznetsov and go land on it. Should be just off my right here somewhere. Oh, there we go. There is Old Smoky. Look how easy it is to spot that thing. That is ridiculous. I'm at what? 8,400 meters. That's 30-something thousand feet. Probably like 31, 32,000 feet.
Just a plume of black smoke.
Yep. And it's like at least about 60, 70 mile out too. I think. Or I might just be misreading this. Hey Chris, thanks for the host. Just doing a little SU-33 while I wait for a friend to get back from dinner, and then we'll be back into some dogfighting. MiG-21 against whatever he feels like flying. We did some with the F-18, and found out that the F-18 can actually really hold its own, and quite often win.
I could fight you in a Hornet. Oh god, I might run out of.
You know what you could also do? You could try and fight me in the F-14 and see how that worked out for Nuts and Tawny. Yesterday I managed to land on the carrier with SU-33, first ever. Nice! Yeah, the SU-33 is quite a easy aircraft to land, really. Well, I mean, okay, so the only carrier aircraft I've flown in DCS are this and the Tomcat, and the Tomcat has, you know, some behavioural issues at low speed. So this is much easier to land. But yeah, it does feel like an achievement when you actually manage to put the thing down on the deck without breaking anything. Just trying to get the right alignment for the landing is so difficult for me, especially because I do come in on straight-in approaches. I'm always not quite on, so I have to improvise. Rasta Sniper, thanks for the follow. Love the MiG-29, so maneuverable and incredibly powerful. They need to add the OVT version. I don't know if they'd be willing to do it for Flaming Cliffs 3 fidelity, and I know they wouldn't be able to do it for full fidelity because the Russians would scream at them, but that would be interesting to have. But the MiG-29 is a real pleasure to fly. The biggest problem it has is just its short legs. You know, it's the same as a MiG-21 really. It's kind of a one-shot aircraft. You only have enough fuel to get up, intercept something, get back down.
Isn't that what it was designed for, though?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if they... I'm not actually sure. If they added the SMT, which, you know, Russia won't let them, but if they could add the SMT, that would be really good, because that gives you extra range. It's got quite a few decent-sized fuel tanks and the big hump on the back of it.
Yeah.
I think it might have in-flight refueling, I can't recall. Out of the MiG-29 and the SU-27, I prefer to actually fly the MiG-29, but the SU-27 is the more capable of the two. It's not to say the SU-27 doesn't fly nicely, it's just that the MiG-29 seems more in line with how I expect an aircraft to handle, and what I like it to handle like.
What do I have? No.
Okay. 540. I'm coming in a little fast and a little high. I need to remember my hook as well. That would be a good idea. Okay.
Oh, I see old Smokey.
Yep. Okay. Gonna put the flaps down. Trim the nose back. Drop the gear. Still a bit fast. Okay, we're gonna take the air brake off now, because I should start bleeding speed.
Is she steaming to the south or the north?
Southeast.
Right. Just joining the pattern behind you.
Okay, I'm coming in kind of slow here, I need some power. actually holding my speed pretty well, but I feel like my glide slope's a bit off. And obviously I'm not lined up very well, which kind of getting here. You really learn to miss the total velocity vector the American aircraft have on their HUDs. Like, you really miss it. Okay, looking alright. I might snag a 4 or I might overshoot. Yep, bolter, or whatever the Russians would call it. Gear and flaps up into burner, and around I come. Just a little too high there at the end. I floated a little too long. I was worried I was actually going to come in too soon and clip the landing gear off on the back of the deck, but I did almost the opposite. Alright, how far out are you at the moment, Rudy?
A couple of miles.
Alright.
You can go again if you want. I've got a shit ton of speed behind me, so I'm just...
Yep, alright.
Little idle thrust, just chilling.
Okay. Roll in. Drop the flaps now. Start back trimming. Really need a lot of back trim on this, which is why the nose went straight up as soon as I went around with the power on. Gonna pop the gear now. Keep powering a bit, just so I don't get too low. I'm not going to be aligned real well here, but it should be close enough that once I'm off the stern I can kind of kick the rudder over to align me. A bit more power. I'm going to start peeling back the throttle now. I think that's actually the first time I've had to go around on the Kuznetsov with the Su-33. Usually I get it first time. I was coming in slightly fast and slightly high there.
Glorious American naval fighter greater than Russian stink boat plane KEKKEK.
Pom. But you see, the smoke is a good thing. It helps you spot your home carrier from like 50 miles away. It's like a beacon, in case the electronics fail. Alright, I'm still coming in a bit fast and a bit high, so I'm going to chop the throttle now. Oh, that might have been a bit much.
Power.
Yep. Power and back. That was a tail scrape.
2-wire.
Yeah, I scraped the tail as well. Ah! I think that's actually the first bad landing I've had on the Su-33. I'm just gonna blame you guys. It was totally performance anxiety. Totally. Okay, I'll get off the landing runway thing, whatever you call it, landing area. I don't know. I don't speak Navy.
The deck, mate. The deck.
Well, I'm not gonna get off the deck. I don't want to be in the water. It's gonna get off that bit of the deck.
Ooh, is he turning?
It might be. It's usually when I'm coming in for a landing that the boat decides it wants to turn around. I guess you get to experience the Ross way of doing things now. Scraping the boat. Look, I was just putting an index mark there so I know where to approach from next time. Totally intentional.
Oh, I'm a long way out. It's a very long panel.
I can't even see you at the moment.
Man, I feel like I'm hardly moving.
I hate how the ground crew won't rearm you even if the engines are off, but just spooling down. You've got to wait until they're totally dead.
Health and safety.
It's annoying.
Imagine if a Russian sailor got sucked into your engine.
Just don't walk near the front of the engine then? I don't know.
Man's look. He's fucking crazy.
Oh man.
Issue 27 feels like a bus compared with the 29. Yeah, it does a bit, and it's a bit more intense to try and trim, a little more finicky. 27 is way bigger. Yeah, it's huge. I feel like 29 is kind of weak. Locks hard with the radar. I see targets. I hover them in the box and it won't lock. Okay, so there's a couple things that might be causing that. One of these things is something that I took quite a while to work out as well, and I think it was someone in chat. I can't remember who told me. But you need to actually alter the. So I'm gonna do a naughty and turn my. Oh no, it won't let me. I guess there's a ground safety on the radar. So there's a scale on the right-hand side of the radar on the HUD, which has a number that goes up and down, and what you want to do is you want to map it so you can slew the antenna up and down vertically, because quite often you need to set the range on the bottom. So I've got that bound to side movement on one of the hats on my throttle, and then I've got the antenna up and down bound to something on my stick, because you need to adjust both of those to try and set the radar at the right range for the expected target and the right altitude, or like the right azimuth elevation angle, to try and triangulate it basically. So it's not something you can just kind of point and expect it to appear, and also it depends on range. If you're fully zoomed out at like the 100 kilometer range scale, you might see returns out to 100 kilometers. You might even see, fighters out to 60 or 70, but you often won't be able to lock a bomber-sized target until about 60 kilometers, or a fighter until probably about 40 or so. So when you can see something on there but you can't lock it, it's usually because it's just not close enough, or the return's too weak. It might be trying to notch.
Oh no, we're off. Right.
There's a 4-wire. Yeah, isn't it great? The 4-wire is positioned perfectly so that you just stop before you fall off the deck. It's brilliant.
I actually thought I missed it. I went full power and was ready to pull off again.
Yeah, I've done that in this. And yeah, Rasta, I prefer flying the Soviet-designed aircraft as well. I like the way their systems work. They make more sense to me. They're good, robust planes and very easy to use. So someone like me can just jump in and fly it without getting carried away studying. Your hook's down, by the way, or at least on my screen it is.
Yeah, it's down. I haven't put it up yet.
You're making an Index Mark II, I see.
Yeah, well, I'm here. I got to graffiti it, right?
I'm still refueling, meanwhile.
Ooh, you on the Through the Inferno thing?
Yeah, I just hopped on here to kill time, so might do one more flight and then get some more dogfighting in if you're keen.
Yeah, sure. I'll just hang flex, just let me know.
Yep.
130, focus,
Might actually stop my refueling right here so I don't get too carried away with it.
Are you going on gunning run?
Say again?
Are you going hunting?
Yeah, just about to. No, they're still refueling me, goddammit. Whatever. Oh, that's not what I wanted to press. This is what I wanted to press. Okay, they finished rearming me. Engines on. Canopy down.
Commander. 130, focus, Bra 277, 4100 at 26,000, flanking.
Man, from outside your jet is so loud starting up.
Yeah. startup and shutdown for this sounds pretty cool. Alrighty. Got some MiG-23s to the west. Hopefully our wonderful teammates won't kill all of them before I get there. I'm not sure if I'm going to have room for this turn.
Clean your room.
I'm just worried the main gear might slide off the deck.
Clean your room.
And hopefully the wings will not catch on that. Kind of left me off kilter for a takeoff from the ramp, but whatever.
Don't forget your wings.
I'm doing it now. I'm just worried about that light. I think it's just going to clear it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was a bit unnerving. I was a little short on that takeoff roll, considering I'm
just behind you.
Almost full fuel and full weapons. Okay, I'm going to loop back around to the west for those MiG-23s. Have to AFK? That's fine. Don't need to apologise for that.
Focus 130. Request bogey dope. 130. Focus. Bra 291.
Oh, looks like somebody's already started splashing.
Someone's there. Change them between ones.
As usual. Alright, you know what? We might just do a bit of a guest appearance at the Stennis instead. I think this one is the private Stennis, though. Wait. I have no idea. Fuck it. Okay, so that's the Tarawa, then the two Stennises. Need to make a mission or find one with refuel. Want to try that also in the SU-33? No, you don't. No, you don't. It's hell. Don't do it. It's awful. I wish that I could purge that memory from my brain forever.
Hashtag PTSD.
Yeah, oh god, it was fucking awful. Especially when I tried refueling from the Genius tanker that was overflying an enemy FARP, and I kept getting shot at by fucking SAMs. That was great. To go eat, catch you when I go live. Alright, I will see you then, Pom. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for the bits. Might have to go out and buy 2 beers now. Tried flying behind a random AWACS in a free flight mission. It wasn't super hard. VB, bro, what do you think I am? What do you take me for? VB! Now, if I go with the local stuff, it'll be Tui's new. But I'll probably get myself some Molsons, just because homesick. Also, flying formation off an AWACS and actually getting the hose to plug in, two different things. Like, I can fly formation with the tanker. What am I doing with my rudder pedals right now? God damn. Flying formation with the tanker isn't that difficult. Actually getting the hose anywhere near the aircraft's probe is a nightmare, because the slightest movement throws you totally off.
130. Focus.
It's really, really hard.
290. 450 at 20,000 knots.
Why is this thing all over the sky all of a sudden? What am I doing? It's way out of balance. I feel like I've stuffed... Yes, I have. So my rudder pedals were a bit iffy, so I stamped on them to try and get them to, like, center out. Turns out that stamping on the rudder pedals one direction then the other within about half a second in the Su-33 at 700 kilometers an hour is not a good idea. Better than Foster's, made for export. Yeah, no, fuck that shit. No one here drinks Foster's. Well, I will watch Rudy land after I embarrassingly just broke my plane.
Okay, I just leg up so bad.
Oh, you're good.
Alright, we're good. Alright, I'm just going to jizz my weapons.
Nah, land with him. Oh god! Wow, two of them just hit each other. You know what would be really funny?
What would be really funny?
If a friendly happened to be flying along in the general direction you just fired all
Yeah,
those
no,
off.
I took it. Are you talking about me or are you talking about something else? Why am I listening? What? Okay.
Never needs some pulling back, isn't it? There you go. Fire on the double racks. Oh wow, your heaps far out.
Here we are.
I like how the AOA lights actually work.
Oh, lagged.
Yep, it's frozen on my screen. Oh jeez. Uh-oh. Oh, pull up! Oh, power! No.
Worst time to lag.
Yeah. That was. Right. At least you have an excuse.
Is there a Mirage in your division?
Should be. Do you have any ideas? My mouse controls are reversed when I free look outside. I think it's under settings somewhere. Controls, gameplay.
And Vertbox might be ticked.
Yeah. Which is under miscellaneous, I think.
Might be on the axis, mouse axis controls.
Yeah, it could be. thought there was also a separate setting for it somewhere, but I don't know, maybe not. Yeah,
Not
it's
sure.
probably under check under controls and then view, and just make sure that the mouse axis is right.
Mouse Z, axis, tune. Yeah, it'll be under that. Must be. Right. Player. Let me know when the mission's up and I can join.
Yep. Linkage is going to be running it, so he will be putting the server up. Let's check his. Oh, he's here and he's unmuted, so I assume he hears us.
Yep, I'm here.
Alright, sweet. So,
What's the server called?
just search for linkage.
Linkage.
Yeah, it's going up now. Just give it like 30 seconds.
Don't know what was going on there. Like, so the reason I fucked up the plane like that is it was yawing quite severely to one side, and I was like struggling to keep it flying straight. I was having to do some cross controls to try and keep it straight. So I think I might have just been leaning on the rudder without realizing it, but I felt like something was out with the rudder, so I kind of kicked the pedals one way and the other to make sure it was centering. And yeah, that kind of just ripped my wings and my tail.
Is there a password written down somewhere?
VDV.
Yep, it should be up.
Keep me in mind we're in streaming.
Yeah, I know. I don't care. Like,
Don't care.
there's so basically we can run 2 dogfights at a time. If someone wants to go, like 2 of us in the feet dry slot and 2 in the feet wet slot, so you can run 2 simultaneous dogfights.
That's cool.
There we go. I see it.
Alright, is it 3 of us?
Looks like it now.
Some asymmetrical warfare.
Hello, Leader. I thought you might come
Hello,
in.
mate.
Hey,
Speak
Arstein,
to-
thanks for the raid, man. We're just about to start some PvP dogfighting. I'm going to be flying the MiG-21, and these guys are going to be flying something else, whatever they feel like, I guess.
We could just do some winner plays on type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Yeah, you 2 go first. I'm going to go grab a drink anyway, so
Yep.
just let me know when you're done. I'll be back in a tick.
You might need to unpause.
Yeah, I might have to start it up, yep.
Yeah. So if you just let it run right from the start, we should be good to go as soon as we spawn in.
Yep, I am unpausing it. So whenever you're ready, you guys can do your thing.
Alright, go on feet wet.
Feet wet. Okay, you're on Challenger, so I'll go winner feet wet, MiG-21.
Just say when you want me to click fly.
Press button.
Press button.
Yep. Why is my... Oh god, my gear's down. I forgot to reset my fucking HOTAS controls. Yeah. I think we might need to respawn, unless you feel like doing some science, I guess. Oh wait, no, I won't have a gun because ground safety. Yeah, just pop and respawn. I forgot to make sure all the switches were in the right position. Okay, I'm just about to hit fly.
Yeah, I just ejected. Select row. Select me. Briefing. 3, 2, 1. Fly. Oh lord, lags.
Yeah, I saw that.
Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Cotton Eye Joe.
I hate fighting over the water because I can't gauge my altitude visually. And I don't want to bury my face in the cockpit to try work out the altimeter.
Hey Ross, so you want to hear something funny?
Hang on.
Oh.
I'm trying to concentrate at the moment. Oh, no, not behind the canopy frame.
Ah! I thought I found you. It was my bloody parachute from when I ejected. Oh,
And
hello.
I just lost you under my nose. Yep, there we go. Couldn't quite get the shot. I was sitting on your tail for about 20 odd seconds there.
Now I'm back. What did I miss?
Just me having a mishap with landing gear because I forgot to reset all my switches and things on my protas.
You suddenly found yourself with some extra air brakes.
Yeah. And a gun that was inoperable.
Nice.
Oh, you sneaky.
The only problem is I now have no idea where you are because I lost you in that maneuver. Oh! Thought I had you, but it was a carrier. Genius. Carrier, Mirage, same thing, yeah? The thing is really hard to shake. Seems pretty agile.
Oh, fuck me, out of ammo.
I'm playing the long game.
Oh, no.
Ooh, close.
Pro tip, the refuel probe can be a bayonet.
I think you might have to use it as one in a minute here.
Remember, in and twist.
There's the overshoot. But I can't follow you up.
Data wing, do me proud.
Oh, it is.
Uh-oh. Stalling.
Oh, I'm a bit lower than I thought I was. Smack.
With my 6 bullets left.
Alright.
That's it.
I guess you two are fighting now.
Alrighty. Should we both take garages up, I suppose?
Take whatever you want. So take
Controls.
a feet. What is it? Feet wet winner slot, I think.
Yeah. Say when. Just fly.
Who's calling it?
Ah, hold up. Just thinking. Is that the right slot? Challenger feet wet?
Yep.
Correct? Alrighty.
I think it was winner, but I'm not 100% certain. Just double check. You should be in different. Like it should.
I was just saying he's on. So I'd have to be on.
Oh. Yep.
Challenger feet wet.
Yep. No, you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, why the fuck did I spawn in? My bad.
So, who wants to count down?
I'll just go 3, 2, 1.
Just disregard
Fine.
the pilotless MiG-21 flying around.
Oh, fuck. Can you fly past me yet?
Nope.
Oh, right, sorry, I saw something flying in my nose, just like, spawned up and assumed it was you, but it was a parachute.
Yeah, it's a parachute, I see that too.
Fine, you know, oh, hello.
Doesn't sound promising. Got the gun sitting next to the master.
Yeah. Okay, here's one for you guys. Looking in my mirror to see who's behind me, my pilot's in the carrier.
It's all in your head. Pete's a good move. Jesus.
Oh, close. There you go. Good hits.
Shit. Okay. That would have been fun, definitely. But anyway.
Alright. Let's
Right, let's make me work for it. Fucking hell.
okay, so you're... Oh, we're already in the right slots. Cool.
Yeah. Just, alright, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, I'm clicking fly right now.
Helps fire and pause my track IR, doesn't it?
A little bit. Doesn't help me, but
Yeah. That thing really fucking moves.
yep. Fucking nice if it didn't spawn me with the navigation lights on.
I lost you already. Oh, maybe? I don't know.
I haven't lost you. beeping little French computer. It's gonna be okay.
Uh-oh. That's not a good view. And that is what we call delaying the inevitable. I think that thing can stay on me even easier than the Hornet could.
Yeah, it's not too bad, it's just a little different. Got to do a few little different things with it.
Oh,
Ruined.
no, I've lost something. It seems like it's something important.
It looks like it's something important.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did, didn't it? My gun mode is off? Yeah, I use the fixed reticle because I find it's easier to just judge the lead myself. The gyroscopic sight lags slightly, and if you don't have the right wingspan and range set, it's kind of useless anyway. So I just use the fixed net when I'm dogfighting. Alright, you're up, Rudy.
Now you guys keep going. I'm just going to fix this mission up. The
Alright.
other guys are going to come on and they want to redo it.
Do you want to go Battle of the MiG-21s?
Yeah, let's do that. That should be interesting.
You ready?
Yep.
Alright, I'm clicking fly. Just fair warning, I'm atrocious in this thing.
What,
Particularly
you think I'm
dogfighting.
good in this thing?
Well,
Yeah.
right. Now, which speck of dirt is you?
Oh, I can't even fucking see you. MiG-21 problems, we're both invisible. I think we've already merged, but I have no idea where you are.
I actually think that is the case. Imagine losing a war for the sake of some Windex. Jesus.
Well, even with the clean textures, I can't see you. You're just too small. This is what
Yeah.
Tawny was saying. MiG-21 disappears as soon as it gets more than about a mile away from you. If that.
Oh, hello, sailor.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck, it's a parachute from last match. Nearly committed war crimes. So close.
Bye bye.
See ya.
No idea where you are still.
Nope.
You're right. Ross doesn't love me anymore.
Trying to find a MiG-21 over the water. It's hard, dude. It needs my full attention. I have not got the faintest idea of where you have gone.
I think we're just going to circle till we run out of fuel.
Probably. We don't even have flares, so we can't pop those. Meet over the carrier. Low.
Yeah. Yep. On my way. eyes on him on your right. Merge.
Yep, same. Lost you on my tail, but I've got smoke. There we go. Lost you again.
Same. Oh, eyes on. I think I'm off your hard right.
I got nothing. It's so hard to see this. Like, when the afterburner's off and you've got some engine smoke to watch, at least you've got that, but as soon as the afterburner goes on, unless you can actually see the glow of it, you've got nothing. Still got no visual on you whatsoever. Oh, there we go. I hope that's not a parachute. It's definitely not a parachute.
It's the Red Bull rocket parachute team. Come on. I think I'm going in the drink.
I think you are.
No, I'm not.
If I pull much harder, I will. I just about blacked out. Oh, the overshoot. Fuck.
So you missed overshoot.
I have no idea how low I am. And now I've lost you again. There we go. Come on. could run each other out of fuel at this rate.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
Hey, Dad.
Gotcha!
Fuck.
Okay, good. You can unconcentrate. I shot down 3 Tomcats on blue flag with the Mistral in 1 life.
Holy
These fucking
shit.
AIDS.
Nicely done.
Yeah, I think I've lost on my rudder control.
You lost a wing, bro. You're so proud. Landed fully loaded F-15C first try, but didn't assign rudder control, so I found the grass. Well done. That is a quality landing. I mean, technically, the grass is just a very effective form of braking, and I just killed my engine with my little victory roll there. Alright.
I still have all my wings on my screen. I'm going alright, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I just got holes in my right wing.
Alright, I'm about to pop out and spectate you, if you haven't yet. Oh, no, you do. Huh, I could have sworn you lost the wing. It might have just been the light caught it and it looked like it was gone.
Or it was a weird DCS sync issue, but you clearly won that one because I cannot fly in this state.
Yeah, you're all over the place.
Could probably land in this state. Alright, let's do this.
Alright. Tell me when.
Right, click fly when you're ready.
Going now.
To make sure to keep eyes on you so I don't lose you for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Easier said than done.
Yep. Especially when you're trying to look behind you.
And I'm pretty sure I've already lost you.
Bloody headrest.
It's just because we're closing so fast and it's such a small aircraft, by the time you get your head around, you're out of fucking draw distance. I'm conning though, for now, so you should be able to see me.
Yeah, yep, same. Looks like you're high 6 to me.
I'm actually surprised that I had so much fuel left by the end of that. I think I still had about 1,000 litres.
Yeah, I think I had about 1,700.
I've been in stage 2 burner the whole time, so... And that eats away at it like nothing else. Yeah, I have no visual on you.
Right, I'm back.
Reach out with your feelings, use the RWR.
Yeah, for all the use that is.
It's like an R2-D2 version of Jester, it's fine.
Hey, there is something to our front right that is irradiating us. It could be
Shit.
someone making macaroni cheese, or it could be an aircraft.
Either way, light that fucker up. Then take his macaroni.
I've got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even a smoke trail.
Well, my RWR seems to think we just flew past each other.
Probably did.
Maybe we should do this not feet wet.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Feet dry. I mean, it's against snow, so it's still hard to see, but it's a little easier than this.
Yeah, so I know it's like in those vertical...
It's easier to judge the altitude as well.
Yeah, in the vertical loop. As soon as you go to the ground, that's it, they're gone.
Yep.
If you both fight the carrier, you should find each other.
Yeah, well, that's what we did last time. So I'm kind of over it now, but I'm going to hook back around until I'm definitely over it.
I'm actually directly above you. Right now.
Nice. Oh, okay. Oh.
Roll again.
I kind of wish you hadn't noticed that now. I still can't
Guns
see
on.
you. Still got absolutely nothing. Oh, there we go. It's only once you started smoking because you came out of burner that I actually saw you there. See, the MiG-21 turns really well at this kind of speed.
Nice if I knew how to use its guns, though, I tell you.
I'm sure you'll get there in the end.
It's like flying an untrimmed helicopter.
Oh,
fuck, I'm going in. I'm going in.
Oh, I thought you had it.
I just about did as well, to be honest. Alright. I'm going to switch to feet right.
Alrighty, what do you guys want to do one now? You can play on and I'll
Yeah, sure.
jump out of this slot. Back to spectators.
Okay, I'll go winner feet dry slot. When I can find it. There we go.
Cool. Call it when ready.
Alright, pressing the fly button.
Fight on.
Yeah, the smoke trails were easier to see over the snow.
Oh, I just blacked out.
Well, you got about 4 seconds to fix that.
Splat.
4 seconds and they blacked out.
I just killed my engine by hauling back on the stick in a dive, so I'll respawn as well.
Embarrassing.
Ready when you are.
Cool. 3, 2, 1. Check fly.
I don't think that's going to help you somehow.
It looks pretty.
It looks pretty.
Lightening the airframe.
It's,
Exactly.
it's French, it's about aesthetics.
Ah, yes, of course.
I was just preparing to run away.
Look at
Look
the pretty
closely,
distractions.
It's small white flags.
Where'd your little jet go? That's a bloody parachute.
He doesn't know, chat, don't tell him. Oh shit, he knows now. I overshot you. Like, I had a really good pass set up, but I overshot, so I didn't bother firing. There we go. Oh, here comes the overshoot. No! Not quite. Oh, you hit me.
Oops.
Oh, yep. Yep, I'm in all kinds of trouble now. Alright, you two now.
Alrighty.
Ooh, not again. Right, say win.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Sneaky gypsy, where the hell did you go?
Not gonna lie, I actually lost you in spectator for a minute there. Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's alright.
There's gonna be a big stripe down your jet where he scraped you. That
You're
was
not still alive.
so close.
Yeah, I thought we were dead.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
These are prop planes. We would have bent our props back on each other.
Well, I died.
Let's just throw up out of this. Fine.
Might do one more in the MiG-21 and switch it off a bit.
Alrighty. I might try the F5 just because I don't
Oh,
really
God.
like it.
That thing's going to be a nightmare for me. I mean, actually the Mirage is surprisingly difficult for me as well.
You good to go?
Yep. Press and fly.
Alright, let's do it. Fly. Lost you already.
Well done.
That was intelligent of me. If in doubt, flail about.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing all the way down there? Oh, I blacked
Shot you a
out.
bit.
You win.
Splat.
That went exactly how I thought it would.
Alright, time to switch roles.
Do you guys want to go for that? Oh,
Oh, you can go again.
alright.
Alright, let's find out just how much I hate myself here.
Oh, the F-14, huh?
Yep.
Well, in light of that, I won't bring the F-5.
Well, it's going to take me a while to load the fucking cockpit, I just realised. Oh, or DCS will not crash, okay. It's just paused.
I'll bring the F-18. You ready?
Wait, no, my cockpit has not loaded in at all yet.
Oh.
Hang on.
Do you want me to put the pause on?
Yeah, just put pause on for now. It's going to take a while, probably. It seems to load the exterior skins first, then the cockpit, which is probably not the best way to do things.
Rudy's back.
We're going to be very close when we start.
I am.
We could always reset if you want. I just need to load this shit before I do.
I'm just saying, like when we unpause, you're gonna have about 2 seconds to
Yeah,
react.
no, that's what I mean. Okay, fuck it, let's go.
Alright, you ready?
Yep.
Alright, going.
Spike, right on her nose. Friend, F-18, 12 o'clock, 1 mile.
At least I think I spawned in the right HUD mode.
Sink rate's too high.
And I've already lost you. Oh, and I'm blacked out. Womp
Shadow's getting closer to you. Oh no.
womp. Boom. Lesson learned. Go over, not under.
What a wash.
Alright.
I'm gonna click fly now, if you're ready.
Yep.
Alright, go.
It takes a while to actually put me in the aircraft. Okay,
Yeah,
there we go.
hit pause.
Yep, I'm good, I'm good.
You good? Alright, going.
Okay, he's locking us, 12 o'clock. Fight's coming our way. There is a friendly. Hornet, 12 o'clock, 3 miles. Target, 2 miles. We locked a friendly. I lost lock.
Oh, Ross has made poor life choices.
Yep, very poor. Oh my god, where have you gone? Fucking jail bars, dude.
I've gone somewhere at 800 knots. You'll hear me go past a few seconds later.
Oh, no, that's not you, that's a shoot.
Howdy, sailor.
Yeah, you're gonna have no trouble seeing me. Jester has gone surprisingly silent.
He broke his neck.
Probably. I don't actually think he sees you either.
I'll do it for you. 6 o'clock.
Oh fuck.
6 o'clock.
I've got nothing.
5 o'clock.
Oh, just about froze my game there.
Yeah, don't do that. I get on you, I just can't catch up to you.
Yeah, boy. It's the way to do it. Oh, I see you.
I can think so.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put the nav lights on if you want.
No, I see you. Guess where we're going, buddy? We're going upstairs. You coming
Space.
with?
Yeah, why not? Why not, old man?
I think you are actually finally catching me. Yes, you are. Oh shit. That was not as clever as I thought it was.
So those bullets are pretty quick.
I've lost my left engine and my backup flight controls are barely.
It's not flat spin
Working.
today.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to fight like this.
We took some heavy damage.
My left engine's dead and my right's compressor stalling. And the flight controls are gone. Alright, Rudy, you're up.
Okay, if you're gonna do that.
I might
We can
change
go
that
Mirages
up
again
next
if you
time
don't-
as
if you
well.
Oh,
wanna
that's
do
going
that.
to take the 18 as well. Are you going to jump in winner, or do you want me to just jump up there?
I'll stay where I am.
Right, I'm ready when you are.
Alright, clicking fly. Godspeed.
Good luck, good sir.
Oh, big overshoot. The tables have turned. Jesus, it's pretty intense. Oh, if you hadn't lost it just there, you would have had the perfect shot on it. You need to give it a bit more deflection, you're not leaning it enough. Fuck, this is a real fight. More deflection, come on.
Ooh, no, fuck that up.
Oh, you got a hit! Oh! Oh, wow! Oh, wow. Nicely done.
Is he going down? No, he's not.
No, he's not, but he's missing a few parts, like a horizontal stab and a flat rock, and about half of his left wing. Honestly, the comeback in century here. I lost Rudy on my side. Oh, uh-oh.
And this top that ran out is going.
says consider ejecting. If you haven't already.
Here we go. Oh, rolled out a bit too late. Come on, Rudy, you can do it.
That's a flat spin. That's a flat spin.
Close.
Can't go any slower than this.
There you go. There goes his wing. What's left of it anyway. Nicely done.
Do you take the seal and go off and turn it?
No.
That was insane. Alright.
I just saved that flat spin and then you took out the electronics.
Yeah. Well, no, he took out your entire left wing.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Okay, I'm going to switch aircraft now. I'm going to try something a little different. And probably do even worse, despite, you know, this. Tell me when.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, hello. Can I load in, please, DCS? There we go.
Not to give away the game, but you guys spawned on top of each other.
Oh, did we? Did we get the
Yeah.
wrong slot?
Direction?
Hang on, my bad.
Rudy, check high 6.
Hang on. I'll switch slot. That's my bad. Yeah, okay. There we go. Alright. Punch out, get ready to go again.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, press button. Let's try to walk a fucking parachute with the electro-optical.
Oh, I'm having big blackout issues here, eh?
You're fine. You're not on the ground.
That is...
You must have spawned a tall pilot.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
That was close.
That was nearly a pilot kill.
I didn't realise
I
we had on.
have many standbys, and I've lost oxygen, and...
Did I actually hit you with anything? It looks like they all went... I thought I fucking drew your outline like fucking LEG.
No, there's like holes in the canopy glass in the spectator screen.
Ooh. Well, there's about to be more.
If I turn my oxygen on, I lose consciousness. If I turn it off, I'm fine.
You shouldn't be high enough to need it, to be honest.
Oh, fucked.
Fuck,
That's
this
it.
thing makes it easy. This is so easy compared to everything else I fly. Holy shit. Alright, punching out. So, anyway.
I'm out.
Hold up. Feet dry, I'll go F18.
Have fun, chaps.
Oh, you going?
Yeah, sorry.
Ah, it's all good. Thanks for coming along. That was good fun.
Was.
Yeah,
Toodles.
man. I'll see ya.
See you later.
Alright, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Alright, click fly. Load, there it is.
Переведи в Доплер. 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 Переведи в Доплер.
Fuck, you are so hard to see when you do that.
Just pulled an 11.6 G turn.
I'm sure it'll be fine, just don't tell the ground crew chief.
Mm-hmm.
Переведи в Доплер. Переведи в Доплер. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. 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 Предельный угол атаки.
Oh, you little shit!
Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный.
I have no idea how to cobra this thing without killing myself, so that's at least one thing you don't have to worry about me doing.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер.
I forgot I'm still on fucking SRS for the OCG server. Oops.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки.
Professional streamer, by the way.
Landing.
Oh, 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 oh.
Предельный угол
Where we go?
атаки.
Come on,
Предельный
come on.
угол
Oh,
атаки.
hit me somewhere.
Предельный угол атаки.
Yeah, wingtip, I think.
Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки.
I'm just massaging the fucking G limit override, trying not to rip my wings.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. Пожар левого двигателя.
No, sweet prince.
Пожар левого двигателя.
Yep,
Предельный угол
that's me done.
Пожар левого двигателя.
Nicely done.
Скорость
Thank you.
предельная.
The damage went over that turn.
Right,
Put it into the ground.
ready to go again?
No, hold on. It's very small. Alright, ready when you are?
Yep, pressing it now.
Fly.
I'm so tempted to just blast you in the head on, but that's a bit...
It is tempting, eh?
I think we just about kissed there.
Almost.
Oh, I grayed out and I just about lost you.
Переведи в Доплер. 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 Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. 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 Предельный угол атаки.
Oh,
We had the exact same idea.
just about.
I just couldn't get the nose around that high.
Атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. 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 Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки.
Oh, that's not what I want pointed at me. Man, you are hard to get rid of.
Yep.
Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор.
On the other side of that, you are hard to hit.
Oh, you got one there.
Nah, you look good for me.
Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор. Переведи в набор.
That don't do much
Just
air.
made it out of that. I have actually lost you.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's right, this thing has vertical scan, doesn't it? Oh, never mind, I got your visual.
Переведи в набор.
Ah,
Переведи
too
в
steep.
набор. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в набор. Предельный угол атаки. 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 Переведи в набор. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в
Oh, that's
набор.
fucking dangerous.
That tree's a bit shorter.
Yeah, I think it is.
Отказ
Oh,
ПЛС.
oh, got me.
Отказ ПЛС.
Nice shot.
Управляй.
Thanks.
Oh, that's a pretty even matchup.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down to like 2,000 pounds of fuel, so.
I wonder what else we got in here. Let's see. No MiG-29. I'm kind of interested to see how the 29 would go in that compared to the 27. Okay, here's the thing. I have the Mirage, but I don't know how to set up any of the weapon systems, and I'm assuming it doesn't start in the right mode for the gun.
No, I think it might.
Alright then.
Spawn in and have a look. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You can always change back out.
Okay, I'm just clicking fly now. And oh god, this cockpit's going to take a while to load in.
I know you're right. It doesn't because you've got to.
My game's frozen.
Actually, it does. As long as you arm the gun and the master arm on, it goes straight to cannon.
I have no idea how the fuck to do that. I don't know what buttons to press, but I think my DCS may have crashed. I can't tell
Okay.
if it's just loading or if it's actually crashed. Nope, it's loading. Yeah, pause it.
I'd just hit pause.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do I press?
Okay, so on the left-hand side, just above where your knee would be,
Yep.
you'll see a little red switch next
Yep.
to.
So that.
Flick that up,
Yep.
then come down and left. You'll see like black and white stripes.
Yep.
There's another switch there. It'll be gun arm.
Wait one.
It's a little red switch with a red cover over it.
Oh yeah, seen.
Yeah, if you pop that up, that should
Alright.
change your HUD display to
Yep,
it'll
okay.
say cannon or whatever.
Okay, cool.
So the gun in this fires in a burst as well.
Ah, lovely.
But if you want to put on auto,
Mhm.
just above where your right knee would be,
Yep.
there's like a switch that says quantity and distance and some zeros.
Uh-huh.
To the right of that, there's a button. If you click that,
Yep,
it'll change it
yep.
from PAR to whatever. Yeah, that's
Okay.
auto.
Alright, I think I've got this.
Alrighty, I'm unpausing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I've got it, and I have no idea how to use the pipper for this. Even after watching Palm fly for so long.
Yeah. That's right, I'm not very good with the actual gun snake thing.
I can't even see you at the moment.
No, I don't see you either, actually.
Just restart, I guess.
Yep.
Make sure we're on the right rolls too.
Look like it. Winner and challenger.
Hang on. Okay, I will pop out and pressing fly in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yep, I'm up.
Alright, I see you now. Boy, does this thing turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually really nice to fly.
Yeah, I just need to learn how to use the systems, basically.
Hello back there. What are the good PvP servers that are about? What's the best?
Well, I don't really play much PvP online, and the ones I usually play are the Cold War servers, which are usually empty when I'm on. But Pom seems rather partial to DCS, Just Dogfight, and I think there was another one he said. Growling Sidewinders seems okay.
Yeah, actually, I watch him on YouTube. Yeah.
I've been on there a few times. I got a couple kills and then got my shit pushed in. I'm not even putting that much pressure on the stick and I'm just about blacking out.
Yeah, and it feels like that, and then you look at the G meter and it's like 8.5 Gs. Bingo fuel.
I probably am too. It's beeping at me constantly. I don't know what that means.
So they're like really quick beeping,
Yeah,
will
really
be like
quick
your
beeping.
eating Gs that you're supposed to for your loadout.
Whatever.
But yeah, it doesn't really do all that much. There's like a deep beep, beep, beep. That's like your master panel caution warning sound. Hello, tracers. No, thank you. Tunnel vision.
Really nice roll rate too.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really nice to fly. It's just its missiles are not terribly even comparable really to AIM-9s.
I've heard they're really short range, but really hard to avoid once you're in that range, so most of the people I know that play it use it as a fucking ambush predator in the mountains.
Yeah. Like, I think even the supposedly long range option, the 530s,
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't use them any more than like 10 miles out.
Yeah, Master Wall said he usually fires them at like fucking 8 miles or so.
That sounds right, yeah.
I have no idea which fucking cross to use on this, so I'm just guessing. Oh! Big overshoot.
That was risky.
Big overshoot and big recovery!
Yep, I completely lost you underneath me. Oh no, there we go.
Out of ammo.
Yeah, I think you only get like 300
Yeah,
rounds.
I think I just about had you bracketed there as well. Okay, I'm gonna pop out and reset.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really shaky much.
I think I'm gonna have to learn to actually fly this thing. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And actually having like the radar screen, like it actually works. It's really simple.
Agent man.
Alright, tell me when.
Hold on, I'm just gonna punch out of this thing.
Actually, give me a sec. I will be right back.
Alright,
So just get
actually,
ready
I'm
and
gonna
shit.
grab a drink.
I'll tell you when I'm back.
Yep.
Had to go fucking wash my face off. It's getting a bit exciting there. Alright, I'm ready to go. Gonna press fly now. I don't see you again.
I am back.
Oh, I pressed fly already, my bad.
Were you like cruising around like, oh, where is he? He's on my
Yeah,
6.
alright, I'm gonna restart it.
And shake him. Alright, I am about to hit fly if you're ready.
Yep, ready.
Alright, fly. Shit, a plane just blew up in the air.
Oh yeah. Fireworks.
You got a bit of FOD right there. Wait, where are you? Oh, there you go. Okay.
Trying to work out which dot is you and which is what's left of my plane.
You were hidden behind the chunky lines of that gun pipper snake.
Yeah,
thing.
it does really conceal your fucking target, doesn't it? Oh, I just lost you.
Probably fiddle around with the HUD transparency, probably fix that.
Yep.
If I could be bothered.
I
don't
have
use a lot of
lost
guns.
you. Oh, I have my fucking nav lights on too. How the fuck do I turn them off?
Yeah, it spawns you with the nav lights on.
It's weird.
I don't know if you really care, but they're in front of the throttle.
Oh
There's
yeah,
like a
that's
row
right.
of 6 flip switches, and you want the top row next to that black and yellow switch.
Yeah, I got him. Alright. Now I gotta figure out where the fuck you went. Okay, you know that little... assuming you're not actually sitting on my tail where I can't see you. You know that little lake?
I'm blind to you as well.
The little lake we sort of spawned either side of? Head for that.
Yep, see. It's also fun with this thing doing like runway bombing because you've got those really high drag.
Press. I fucked up my view somehow. Hang on. God damn it. I accidentally centered my view wrong, so now I've gotta... Ugh. I need to unbind that.
Can you get a sore neck?
I went to recenter my track IR and I hit the fucking 0 on the numpad instead and it just totally fucked me out.
Do you know anyone that uses VR?
Yep. Nuts does. Oh my god, enter fucks me up even worse. Oh Jesus, what is... Oh no. There we go.
I was kind of looking at it, but I used one of my mate's Vives, and I don't know, I didn't think the resolution was that shit hot for
Oh
doing
Jesus.
this kind of stuff.
Okay, I think that's about where I want to... No, it's fucked up my head position. Alright, hang on. I'm gonna fucking respawn.
through over.
Yeah.
Alright. Dip out of this one.
And wave 1, I'm just going to check what that is. 0. Cockpit panel view in. Right control num 0 toggles that. Okay. Okay, hitting fly now.
Alrighty.
I need to unbind that later, that's fucking stupid.
It's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, it really is. It's in such a bad spot. Oh, and now my track. Oh no. No! Oh, it's.
Okay, I fall apart.
No, it's overridden my fucking track IR controls. So I can't use my head tracking. What the fuck? Hang on. I don't know if there's actually a way to override that. And it seems to save between spawns. Tried pausing and unpausing my track IR. No, that's not helping. Cool. Good shit. And oh my god, the controls for this are so fucked. Oh, hang on. There we go. There we go. I got it. But it's... oh, no, it's... I don't know, dude. Whatever. Good enough. Okay. We'll try that again.
Alrighty.
It still feels like it's off, but whatever.
Alright, let me know when.
Press and fly.
Let's do it. The actual campaign for this isn't bad for teaching you, like, the basics.
I'm just gonna... actually, no, I won't do it now. I'll do it after this flight. I just want to test if I can reset it to where it was before. Because it's not quite right and it's fucking me up. Yeah, no, I've already lost you.
I am padlock.
Alright, I'm going to try adjusting it now, because it's messing up my ability to actually track you as well. If I can, I don't even know about that. Seems to kind of sort of work. Maybe. Heading back for that lake.
Alrighty.
Do you want to put on a bit of an exhibition as well for the audience? Once this flight's done, do one in the, you and the Tomcat, me and the MiG-21. We'll show them why it's not a good idea to treat the Top Gun, or treat their Tomcat like they're in Top Gun, and they can just gunfight everything they see.
Yeah. People want to watch me snap my wings off 10 times out of 10. That's...
Oh, looks like my lights turn themselves back on. There we go.
yeah, same.
Still nothing on you.
I'm heading to that lake right now. From the west.
Oh, yep, I see her. Yeah, I think I like halfway set up my controls for this. I think I'm going to have to do it properly and then learn to fly, because it seems like a really fun aircraft. And I could always do with more full fidelity stuff to fly in multiplayer.
Yep. It's cool. I mean, it's got a little bit of ground capability, but it's fun to just dogfight with because it's
Well,
quite.
from what I've been
agile.
told, it is an incredibly French aircraft in that it throws a tantrum and decides it doesn't want to play nice with you if you try and carry a mixed loadout of.
No, I mean you're
air-to-air
doing one or the
ground.
other. One or the other.
Yep, very, very French.
It'd be nice. I think it's getting some more cockpit updates at some point. I know it had some, but
I don't even know if those are anywhere near you, to be honest. It's hard to tell.
one of them was pretty close. When I did that turn and you fired, that was close. Yeah, okay.
Solution, just get so close it's impossible to miss.
Works every time. Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, I'm losing engine power. You got me. Gonna roll inverted and punch myself into this lake. Oh, I missed.
Alright. MiG-21 versus Tomcat time. I'll just quickly catch up on chat first. Tempted to get the Mirage, but it's got bugger all for ordnance capacity. Yeah, it seems to be that all the people that are good at it, of whom several watch the stream and some are probably in chat at the moment, just lurking, they use it as a close range ambush kind of aircraft, and it's very, very good at that. Also, it's very good at becoming a pretend space station and climbing to like 50,000 feet in about 2 seconds flat. Like you either got to learn your guns or be dead on with your missiles. Yeah. Pretty much. But, I mean, I've got the same situation with the MiG-21. That thing doesn't carry very much of missiles, so I have to kind of be on point with the guns. Okay, so I'm ready to go. Just about to press fly.
Yep, ready.
Pressing now.
Come on, Chester, old boy. Oh, I haven't actually loaded.
Oh, just pause it then. We're gonna be... Oh, that didn't pause me. Interesting. Alright. Tell me when you're loaded and we'll restart then.
Okay,
Oh, I see you.
like
You're loaded directly off my nose. So it's up to you if you want to restart or just go straight into the merge.
Nah, stuff will go into the merge.
Alrighty.
Not everything's fair in life. You
Yep.
ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Still paused on my end.
Yep, it's unpaused on mine. I'll
Is
pause
that-
it up again and unpause it.
No.
How's that?
Still paused.
Oh.
Bless DCS.
Do over?
Yeah, do over. Okay. Oh, now it's unpaused. Right, well, I'm going to eject and just go straight into a rescue. Okay. Ready?
Ready?
Pressing fly now.
Same. Alright, that worked.
How well can you see me right now?
I lost you against the sky.
Yep. Toasty, you're actually doing the right thing right now. You're extending away from me. I'm guessing you're either in burner or mill power with the wings right back.
Yep.
Yeah. If you hadn't done that, I would have been right on top of you because I had visual of you that whole time and I was well inside your turn.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Did you actually see me turning in on you there?
Yep.
Well, the funny thing is, somehow I just killed my engine following you into that turn. I think I might have put a little bit of negative G on the nose. Alright, let's redo that one. Because Tomcat versus MiG-21 is a very interesting matchup. And very educational given the current number of Tomcats flying around screaming about why other planes are able to kill them.
I'm ready.
Alright, pressing fly.
Yeah, I really haven't actually flown it so much.
I have flown it against AI. I've never PvP'd in the Tomcat, and I'm not sure I'm ready to. Like, I struggle in this, and this is a really good fighter for this kind of stuff. Counterintuitively. The main thing is, like, so I'm going to talk to chat for a bit here. It's hard for him to see me because I'm so small. I can keep him in sight easily because he's, like, the size of a fucking bus. Actually, he's probably bigger than a bus. And he has to be much more mindful of pulling hard because he can easily rip his wings off, especially once they're opened out. When he's, you know, he's pulling hard angles of attack or he's quite slow. So I can really throw my plane around a lot more than he can. And I can turn inside him on the horizontal. His main advantage, in fact basically his only advantage, is that he's very fast and he has two very powerful engines. So he can just accelerate away from me like he's doing now and put some distance between us and either force me to try and burn after him to catch up, in which case I'll run out of fuel very quickly, or just get away from the engagement. You know, refuse me the engagement, go away, turn around once he's far enough out, and then turn back in with missiles if he has them, or just, you know, come in for another guns pass. So you're really going to play the Tomcat as a pure boom and zoom fighter wherever you can, and if you do end up in a turning fight, you don't want to be doing it with a MiG-21. You want to exploit the vertical, which is your only advantage. Once you start getting a bit slower. I killed my engine again. Somehow.
Whoops.
Hang on, I'm gonna air start this bitch. This would be a really good chance for you to turn in on me, but especially since I've actually lost your visual.
I'd have to know where you are for that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, there we go. Engine's back on. Air start switch off.
Those canopies like looking through a porthole sometimes.
Good old jail bars. I actually really wish the Americans had done what the Soviets did with a couple of the MiG-21 subtypes in the MiG-23 and put the fucking accelerometer on the jail bars on one side, level with your eyes.
That would be nice, actually.
I mean, your vision's already obstructed, it's not going to make it any worse, and it's going to stop you from ripping the wings. Because no one's going to be looking down at the fucking knee well when they're in a dogfight. I've totally lost you, which is interesting. Oh, no, there we go. You're pretty far around.
Yeah, I've got no eyes. I mean, I think the thing is as well, if you're in the Tomcat, chances are you're not going to close with an engage. You're just going to punch off some Phoenixes and go home.
Yeah, well, you would think so, but a lot of people that have been waiting for the module seem to have watched Top Gun 1 too many times and think that the Tomcat is like really good at dogfighting. I mean, in the hands of a proper Top Gun trained US Navy pilot, yeah it is. But in the hands of your average DCS player, no. Like, the Tomcat was designed to carry a bunch of Phoenixes a very long way away from the carrier and kill bombers before they could get to standoff range with missiles. That's what the Tomcat is designed to do. The fact it can actually go fast and maneuver is by accident. Like, the aircraft that the Tomcat very nearly was, I mean, obviously the F-111 was kind of an intermediary step, but the original Fleet Defender design was basically an upsized fucking Douglas A3D, which is straight wings, boxy shape, slower subsonic plane, and about...
Do it again. No, I'm good, I think.
No, something definitely fell off of you. There's a lot
Yep,
of...
I lost the wingtip. No, I'll live. I don't need that. It's just slowing me down.
So, you're doing that and you're not even trying to pull to get onto me or get away from me, which is interesting.
No, I'm like rolling gently left, then easing back slowly, and then...
Yeah, you gotta watch
I think my wings were swept.
You've got to watch your speed when you do that in the Tomcat, because it's so easy to overstress it at high speed. If you get down to low speed, you're a lot better off, but then you're in my domain. You've really got to just, like... Here's the thing, you're actually doing the best out of everyone I fought, because you know to just fucking firewall the throttle and get away from me. It's when you turn back in that you start having problems. Like, Tawny and Nuts kept falling into the trap of trying to actually get on my tail by just turning, which is, like, you can't do it against a MiG-21 in a Tomcat, you just straight up cannot. So how about we do a demo here, where you, like, pretend you don't know what you're doing, and do that, and we'll show everyone how that ends up for you.
Yeah, right, we'll pretend.
Alright.
I just hit fly, so just go whenever you're ready.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to keep it moderate speed for
Check
turning.
after this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would actually fly it in reality like a BF-109, you know what I mean? Like, just
that's how you do
high
it.
yo-yo. If I had to extend, come back out.
That is exactly how you do it. See, most of my Tomcat flying so far, I have done a little bit of close-in stuff, mostly with Sidewinders. I did get a guns killed yesterday or the day before. It was against AI, but it was a guns kill. But most of my flying in the Tomcat has been as a missile delivery bus. Fly up, straight and level, autopilot half the time, punch off the Phoenixes, turn around, go rearm.
Yep. I mean, when you think about it, as the Fleet Defender, that's all it really needed to do.
Yep, that's exactly what it needed to do.
If it was getting this close, it made a mistake. I think ideally, if you're down to guns, you're going home anyway.
Yeah.
Right, I'm slowing down for the turn and gentle pull.
Have you got visual on me right now?
Yep. Throttle to go vertical over you. Bit of rudder.
Oh, pulled just a little too hard for me to chase that up. But I can recover from that immediately because of the MiG-21 being just what it is. So I actually did stall for a moment there and then immediately recovered.
Yeah. Throttle up for the vertical.
You're doing well, because you're pulling hard enough that you're getting me to stall. I haven't got the speed to chase you up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you to lose that energy because I know I can get it back a lot quicker than you can.
Well, when you weigh as much as the F-14 does, yeah, you can.
And now I can almost get onto you. Nope, not quite. No.
I've actually lost you, somehow. Oh, no, you're behind my periscope, that's why. See, the other thing is as well, when, like, you've got me slow enough that I am actually starting to stall when I pull hard. But when I'm going, you know, a bit faster than I am right now, and you get me to pull, I can actually do it. Like the MiG-21 at high speed turns very sharply.
Yeah. Sort of trying to do what I do to the Russian fighters in IL-2 is just to get you to try to follow me up.
Yeah.
And then swoop back down once you stall out, but...
Now the big thing you've got going for you here is when you pull like that, I've got a beautiful full planform shot, and if I was in something with a nose like the Tomcat, I would take it, but because I'm in a MiG-21 and I can't see over my nose, I can't take full deflection shots. I have to wait until I'm in real close, and often by then you've jinked me enough that I can't pull enough lead.
Yep. In saying that, you're pretty close with those shots you did fire.
Yeah. They look pretty close, I just haven't quite got my eye back in yet.
Thread the loop. Here we go.
Nice, rolled out under my nose. I lost you for a second there.
Do another one. Yeah, that was not a good idea.
Oh! Big overshoot, nice. I'm probably
in
really out of
reality,
ammo here.
If I'd pulled that by rad, you should have just shot me in half.
Yeah, I didn't quite have the lineup I wanted, and I know I'm getting low, so I didn't take the shot. But I'm pretty sure everyone can see how easily I'm staying on you. Even if I can't quite get the lineup 100% of the time, I can stay behind you and force you defensive. So really, your only viable option to survive this encounter would be to just fucking dive for the ground, firewall it into full burner, pick up some speed, and then zoom climb away.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
Yeah, exactly. So most people won't do it because they want to be Maverick, when really they're a bit more like Iceman. Ooh. Oh!
Nearly.
I've got to be on my last couple of rounds here. There we go. Now, in saying that, the Tomcat's a tough girl and she takes a lot to shoot down. I put most of my ammo into Nuts the other day and he kept on flying like nothing was wrong. Still got 1,000 litres of fuel to play with, which is far less than you have, although I think you might be leaking it. You're leaking something.
Fuel looks good. It's not going down too quick.
Better hope it's not hydraulic fluid then.
Yeah, this might be very short-lived. Oh,
Nope.
there we go.
There goes
That's
your
that
wing.
wing. Was it the right one?
Yeah, it was the right wing.
Yeah, it was damaged at the very start.
Alrighty. Let's see. Tomcat against SU-27? Oh, that's the wrong one. Because if it's like that against a MiG-21, you can imagine what it'll be like against fucking SU-27.
Yes, that should be very fun.
Alright. Pressing
Alright, you
fly now.
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go. Friendly SU-27, 12 o'clock. for the International Space Station. See there?
Well, don't forget I can do that too. Pretty sure I have a higher thrust to weight ratio.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Mind you, actually no, we'd both be half fuel, because Tawny set this up half fuel and everything, and I only gave full fuel to the MiG-21 because it needs it.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки.
Flat spin, recovered. Alright, hello. You know, if I'd pulled a little bit and went for the sneaky snapshot, might have been close.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
Yep.
Big trouble.
I'm gonna get speed and extend.
Oh, I was a bit early on that one.
Переведи в Доплер. Переведи в Доплер. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. Предельный угол атаки.
Oh, there she goes.
Yeah, it's easy to do. Alright. Getting set to respawn.
Yep. And ready to go.
Pressing it now. Oh, I did say I was going to catch up on chat, didn't I? Whatever. I'll do it after this one. Pro streamer, by the way. Oh. Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Переведи в Доплер. 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 Предельный угол атаки.
No idea how close that was. You were actually like on the limits of my HUD. Fucking electro-optical sensor was blocking it.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки.
I think the thing as well is knowing that you can snap your own wings off that easily.
Yeah,
It's like,
it kind of gives you a bit of a mind block, I guess.
yeah, like in the other aircraft, you want to yank the stick and start throwing it through some crazy turns that are almost stalls, but this, yeah, not so much.
Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки.
Oh, I saw a hit there.
Yep.
Переведи в Доплер. Переведи в
You
Доплер.
rolled out at just the right time there. If you'd waited another half second, you'd be dead. Not gonna save you now, though. DCS freezing just about did.
Saved by the gods. Oh, no.
You've got black stuff coming out of you. I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. Oh,
Jester, you pussy.
Oh, did he punch out?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he has a habit of doing that the moment you take any battle damage.
Incidentally,
Incidentally,
yeah, I lost electronics.
you just went under my nose and I lost you. Are you still flying?
No.
Okay.
Splash.
Alright, let's see. F14 on F14 sounds like a pretty good meme. Alright.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Let's go.
Once it loads in.
We have friendly. F-14, 12 o'clock, 3 miles. Target, 2 miles. That's a buddy. He's walking us, 12 o'clock. I lost lock. We locked a buddy.
The fucking glare off the HUD makes it so hard to see.
Watch it, friendly. We locked the friendly. I lost lock.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh. My game locked up.
I just
I'm
hosed
guessing.
you.
Yeah, that'd be why.
Yep. Oh!
Well, that was a very good victory because you killed my game with my aircraft.
Yeah, I killed you
Well done.
so hard your game died.
It
Alright.
actually happened earlier. I got blown up in the Air 14 and it
Yeah,
crashed
it might be a
immediately.
new bug, maybe.
Seems like.
Well, I think that was pretty successful.
Yep. Yeah, I've got no idea how to fly this thing yet.
Yeah, no, it's alright. I'm still getting used to it as well. Which is part of the reason I mostly do use it as a missile boat. Alright, so I'm going to catch up on chat real quick, since I have been a bit focused on the game for some reason. Okay, where am I? Fishbed has a buggered radar gun sight from what I remember. Yeah, kind of. It trails slightly, like it's kind of laggy and jittery. It feels like it's not quite on. So I just use the fix net and pull the lead myself, because like if you can't estimate the deflection mentally, you're probably too far away to effectively gun someone anyway. So, you know, is an interesting matchup. Yeah, in essence, Fishbed's the one plane that can keep up with the cats. What the fuck, acceleration? Well, kind of and kind of not. The MiG-23 could, if we had it. The MiG-23 would actually out-accelerate the F-14, from what I recall. But the MiG-21 is fast because it's small. It's not fast because it's got a powerful engine, because it doesn't. It's underpowered. It's not fast because it's particularly aerodynamic. I mean, it kind of is because it's basically a dart, but like you could see when he was climbing or when he just opened up the throttles, I could not keep up with him. I had to wait for him to start turning. Now, if he does start turning in even slightly, yeah, I'll catch up. But if he just firewalled the throttles and went straight as an arrow away from me, I would not be able to catch him. Okay, it has one more advantage. It has Fox ones that are worth a damn. Yeah, well, the Tomcat has good missiles in general. Now, in a close in-fight, the MiG-21 comes out on top again, I would say, because you've got the R-60. Now, the R-60 is not very powerful, so you'll probably need at least 2 to kill a Tomcat. But they are very maneuverable, and they will track at quite a surprising angle. Now, to actually get him locked up with them is difficult. You've got to hold the nose on him, but once you do get that lock and let the missile go, you've got a pretty good chance of hitting. That said, the AIM-9s that the Tomcat gets aren't too bad. So, yeah, I'm not sure who would win if it came down to close-range Fox 2s, but once you get into the more modern stuff like the MiG-29, the Su-27, it's just no contest. The off-bore sight capability with the helmet-mounted sight and the R-73 just totally shits all over the AIM-9s. The AIM-9X is basically the same deal, so once you get in close with a Hornet, you have the same problem. It can lock you up and put a heater up your back end without the nose even having to point anywhere near you. Find the Tomcat's wings snap more when they're swept back. I'm not sure, because usually I'm not paying much attention to what my wings are doing when I'm trying to pull. So I'd have to probably go back and watch all the times I've snapped my wings to figure out which it does more for me, to be honest. People forget it's a MiG-31 with foldy wings, not an F-15 with jacked up radar. Yeah, pretty much. Although at least it has more dogfighting capability than the MiG-31, so it's got that going for it. Vigan absolutely destroys the F-14 up close. I could imagine it would. Actually, I think there was a Vigan in that mission. I'm not sure. Should probably try that sometime. I've seen Pom do it. I've seen Pom kill.
I don't think there was a Vigan on the mission.
The ACAN pods. Bear in mind, if the flanker had the R-70, yeah. If the flanker had the R-73s, he would have been dead like immediately. In the merge, after the merge, at some point in the future, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as I'm within about 5 to 8 kilometers of him, and I can physically see him, he doesn't even have to be on the nose. He's dead. There's just no way he'd be able to get away from that, even with the way that DCS missiles tend to dive after flares quite easily. Just no. Su-27 would win that hands down. Anyway, I am getting really fucking hungry, and it's getting kind of late, so I think I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little bit of dogfight science. By no means am I particularly good at dogfighting in DCS. Most of my dogfighting experience comes from World War I and II sims, which I used to play many years ago. So for those that aren't aware, haven't been around my channel for long, I had a Cytec X52 Pro, which broke on me several years ago, and for a very long time I didn't play any sims because I didn't have a working stick and I didn't have the money to splash out on a new one. I just got a Warthog and a USB hub to plug everything into, because I didn't have enough ports on my PC, about sort of mid to late last year, and got back into it. I've been playing mostly DCS since then. So this whole modern air combat thing is kind of new to me. I did play Lomac very briefly back when it was new, before my stick broke. I did play, I had a bunch of jet games when I was a kid. And I mean, when I was a kid, as in like when I was literally 12 years old. So I'm very much out of practice for the modern stuff. So I got a lot to learn, a lot to remember. But I think you can kind of pick up the common themes from what we were doing, which aircraft can and can't handle which. In saying that, someone who is much smarter than me, like an absolute 5-head in the Tomcat that knows its limits, could probably bait me into doing something that would let them kill me. But most people in DCS you encounter are not going to be very good. most people you encounter in DCS, if it comes down to guns, are probably going to be like at my skill level, possibly worse. Like, I'm atrocious with missiles, and I usually die before I get within guns range of another player in PvP, but when you get in close, I think you're going to find a lot of DCS players don't really know how to dogfight. So I think the results kind of hold up in that regard. And they kind of do reinforce what I've seen from other people. Pom particularly has done a lot of killing F-14s recently. A lot of experimentation with different aircraft. Like I said, he did it with the Viggen, with the ACAN pods. He's done it with the F-18. He's done it with the Mirage. Like, the number of Tomcats he has killed already is pretty impressive. So most of the people flying it don't know how to use it. Most of the people flying it don't know what it was designed to do. And so they've got completely the wrong idea about how to use it. And although it's a very beautiful aircraft, a very impressive aircraft, and it's kind of like the MiG-21 in that it's very good at things that it wasn't designed to be good at, it's not an F-15. It will never be an F-15. At the end of the day, you can't expect it to be an F-15. So, on that note, I'm going to go and see who else is streaming at the moment, and I'll pass you guys along, share the love a bit. The Twitch DCS community has been very good to me. It's a very close-knit, very friendly community. So where I can, I like to pass that on. And it looks like Big Rudy is playing. Pom is as well, but I usually host Pom. So I think I'll send you guys over to Rudy tonight. Might as well do a raid. Let's see what he's up to. Looks like he's doing some Tomcat. So I'll send you guys on over there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.